everybody to our oops, I didn't see the play. I want to welcome everybody to our live late night webinar. We have a lot of people dialing in actually as we speak. So as everybody's dialing in, again, I want to just take a moment to thank everybody who just took the time out of your busy schedule to go ahead and log into this webinar. It is going to be packed with some great information. We decided to do this at the last minute. We have a lot of guests who are dialing in from all over the country. And so I just wanted to take the time to go ahead and present the information the best way that I can. So as we have more and more people logging in, I'm actually going to bring up the slides as well. And also just take a moment to give you guys a little bit more about myself. So give me a quick moment. Please stand by while we actually go ahead and load everything up. I literally, just in case anybody's wondering, I literally just got in from New York probably about 2 hours ago. I am in Boston currently, and there's still snow on the ground from like a blizzard that we had about 2 weeks ago. So that being said, give me one brief moment, and we will go ahead and launch this thing. So hope everybody's having a great day. I wish I could actually talk to you guys. I'm a social kind of guy, but I'll just pretend that you guys are talking to me back. So that being said, we are actually going to launch this thing in a quick moment. Let's go ahead and get this thing loaded. There it is. Awesome. So that's loading up. All right. Okay, ladies and gents, here we go. We're going to be launching in about 30 seconds, right at about 4 past the hour. All right, we got that open. 10 seconds, stand by. All right, here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! All right, I want to welcome everybody who is tuning in. We also have an audio bridge that's also kind of hooked into this whole thing. And if you're, just in case you're wondering, what's up with the background, I am actually visiting my parents in Boston. I literally just got in a couple of hours ago, and I'm here. And just earlier today, I was in New York. The weather is a drastic improvement up here in the Northeast. It's been bitterly cold, and I can't remember any other day in 2015 where it's been above 40 degrees. So today definitely took the cake. I saw a lot of people in t-shirts. All that being said, why am I in a t-shirt? Why are we doing this webinar at 11 o'clock at night? I just believe in having a very candid conversation with you guys, and this is going to be some great information. But with all that being said, my name, once again, in case you don't know who you're seeing, my name is Ricardo Suber. I'm a national director in this particular business. And you'll understand what that means in a moment. But just to kind of give you a little bit of a background on myself, I was actually born and raised in this house. Well, I wasn't born in this house, but I was raised in this home. Spent a lot of time in Boston, eventually moved to Atlanta, went to school at a great university called Hampton University, and came out with a degree in computer science, worked in my field for about 7.5 years before corporate America decided that they had enough with me. I was actually a product of a reorganization and some strained relationships with my manager. I know I'm probably not the only one who's had an issue like that, which pretty much came about as a result of the economy. And so I remember, even while I had that great job making close to 6 figures annually, I remember that there were many people, many years my senior, who had been there 10, 20, 30 years and more, who still pretty much had the same lifestyle that I did. And now I know money isn't everything, but you know, as they say, I'd rather cry in a Bentley than in a bus, right? So I saw so many people who just didn't live the life that I thought that they deserved. I was working with people who had come out with patents. I worked at one of the world's largest computer companies as an engineer, yet it still wasn't enough. And even for those who are making great money, many of my managers, they still didn't have the time to really enjoy it. And it almost seems like you always have to trade off. If you make a lot of money, you're a slave to what you do. And if you don't, you have free time, but what are you going to do with it? So I came across a business that actually gives you both. This is not for everybody. This is not a sales pitch. This is just an information session. If it makes sense to you, hopefully you'll take action. If it's not for you, God bless you. You get to laugh to your friends about how this guy in a gray t-shirt made a fool of himself in his sister's bedroom in his parents' home at 11 o'clock at night on March 9th. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is not going to be long, but it will be strong. Feel free to take notes. And if you have questions, feel free to dial into our connected audio bridge call shortly. At the end of the presentation, we can go ahead and answer some live questions as well. So with all that being said, I'll bring up the presentation. So this particular business is called 5 Links. Now, the thing was, I didn't know what a 5 Links was, let alone network marketing. But what was introduced to me was that this was a business that allowed anybody to become a representative, where they'll actually teach you how to go ahead and market products and services. Now, the thing is that I initially thought that this was sales. I was immediately turned off. But what the person actually shared with me was the fact that what the company teaches you to do is to do pretty much what we already do, which is if we see a great movie, we share the word. If we go to a great restaurant, we share the word. The only difference is that by sharing the word, we get paid. That's the bottom line of this particular profession. So I'm going to get more into the logistics, but in case you're trying to figure out what 5 Links is, right? 5 Links basically stands for 5 key principles, which are vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. Now, the company 5 Links was founded in 2001 by those 3 visionaries, Craig Jerbeck, Jeb Tyler, and Jason Guck, who have a combined 60 plus years of experience in this profession. Over the last 9 consecutive years, this company has received many awards. It's been featured in many publications, most notably in Inc. magazine. This is the sister magazine of Forbes and Fortune, and they profile the fastest growing privately held businesses in all of North America. 5 Links has graced this list for the 9 past consecutive years, 4 out of those last 9 being in the elite top 500 companies, privately owned companies in all of North America. All right. On top of that, the company sits in the 50,000 square foot world headquarters in Rochester, New York. And the motto of the company is that they put representatives first. That being said, why would you even look at this business? Why are you on this webinar at 11 o'clock at night? Maybe it's because I asked you. Maybe it's because someone else asked you. But whatever the reason is, all right, why? And more specifically, why do you do what you do? Well, in this business, the reason why a lot of people take a closer look at 5 Links is for any one of those reasons that you see on the screen: financial freedom, becoming your own boss. How about eliminating some debt, saving for a children's college fund? What if you just want, what if it's in your heart just to be a better vessel to give back? All right. Or what if it's just simply to make more money? Whatever your motivation is, make it bigger than you. Because when the inevitable resistance faces you, you'll have a reason to keep going. That being said, now let's talk about the marketplace. This was something that I really didn't understand because prior to being introduced to 5 Links, I didn't know what direct sales was. I thought it was sales. Now, there's a huge difference. It's almost misleading because sales is in the title. And yeah, everything is kind of sales to an extent. But here's what I understood. I knew about the NFL. I knew about watching movies. I knew about music. I love the NFL. I go to the movies and I listen to music all the time. And although I realized that these were big industries, even when you combine those 3 industries, it's less than 1/4 of what direct sales is. Now, here's what direct sales is in a nutshell. Once again, all it is you have many of these companies which understand that word of mouth advertising is much more powerful than just sticking up a billboard or having us watch commercials. Yes, these companies still do that because it does work. However, how many of us have seen a movie or gone to a restaurant because of a recommendation from a friend? All direct sales does is it says, you know what? If you'll be a representative for any one of our products and services, you share the word with people that you already know and love. When they get a product through you, you'll get the commission. Instead of us spending those advertising dollars, all right, we're going to actually pass that money along to you. And that's why there are many people in our profession who earn 5, 6, and even 7 figures monthly. All right. So that being said, I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts. Now, when a lot of people look at a business like this, they call it a pyramid scheme. And many times they don't even know what a pyramid scheme is. As a matter of fact, I remember growing up in this house that I'm sitting in right now. I remember growing up and I remember seeing ads in the paper for certain jobs. I remember my parents would warn me, make sure it's not a pyramid scheme. And I never knew what a pyramid scheme was, but I was looking out for them. But see, here's what I had to understand. A pyramid scheme is basically you just making money based on recruiting other people. There's no product, there's no service, there's nothing of the like. And what happens is when people are operating these schemes, they go to jail. Well, one of the most powerful and not even powerful, one of the most popular pyramid schemes ever was Bernie Madoff. You guys remember Madoff in the early 2000s, who is still in prison today because he was operating a corporate pyramid scheme. See, even in corporate America, you have many companies on Wall Street that aren't doing the right thing. All right, they're cooking the books. But what I also had to understand was that wherever you work right now, chances are it's shaped like a pyramid. Well, what do I mean? Well, wherever you work, chances are there's one CEO, maybe 1 or 2 presidents, several vice presidents, more directors, upper, middle, lower level managers, and then you have white and blue collar workers at the bottom. And I remember when I went to my first 5 Links presentation, the person at the front of the room, who happened to be one of the top earners in the company, he asked everybody in the room, where are you in your pyramid, in your corporate pyramid? And I said it to myself, but I was definitely a white collar worker, very close to the bottom, broke, busted, and disgusted, trying to figure out how I could climb the corporate ladder. But I knew that there was an ism that was going to keep me back. I knew that there was a glass ceiling that was going to keep me back. Now, when you compare this with 5 Links, this is a business where you start at the top. Yes, you're in an organization, but whatever you build now becomes your team. And so you now begin to leverage your time and maximize your income because you can earn a small percentage of what happens on your team, even if you don't personally do it. So I'm going to get more into that in a moment, but here's why we're here today. Now, we all know about the phrase being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes being at the right place and at the right time is better than being the smartest person in the room. Look at all the wealth trends at the top of the screen as an example. You have the PC industry, long distance, cell phone, internet, video apps. You have voice over internet protocol, which is digital phone service. Guys, we're all customers. I don't care if you don't have a laptop. I think just about everybody watching this does, unless you're watching from a cell phone. But even cell phones that can play a webinar like this, you basically have a computer in your pocket. We all know about using the internet. We talk long distance and don't even call it long distance anymore. We're just making a phone call. The thing is, nobody has to argue that these are trends that have taken over. We're all customers, and the people who run these trends are billionaires, and even the people that invested. Here's the point. The people that invested in these trends, when they saw them coming, they're in a different place today. They're multimillionaires simply because they had vision and they took action. Now, what I want to talk about now is at the bottom of the screen. Those 4 wealth trends that you see, energy, mobile marketing, healthcare, and wellness, they're going to make the previous 6 look like a waiting pool because they represent well over $1 trillion in potential capital for you and your family. And what I learned was that 5 Links was taking advantage of these wealth trends. It simply found a way to position itself, and it's allowing us to capitalize on a very part-time basis from home. So the thing is, what 5 Links did was it came up with 3 divisions. 3 divisions. The first division is our home division, which is what you see right here. Now, the main product here is energy. Now, we all use energy, guys. We're all customers. I don't need to ask you guys if you've ever turned on a light switch today, or if you've ever plugged in your cell phone today, or if you took a hot shower, hopefully you did, or if you cooked on a gas stove, we're all doing this stuff. All 5links allows us to do is to make money when these bills are paid. How? Well, there's something called energy deregulation. All that's simply fancy lingo for is all these major monopolies, they're being broken up by the government, and it's allowing you to choose your own supplier. Yeah, you keep your same utility company. It looks the same as the bill, but their supply source is what you have a choice over. Now, when people choose a different supply through you as a representative, you can now get paid every single month they pay a bill. Now, what I really love about this, guys, is that we've expanded into oil and even in solar energy. So no matter what kind of energy someone has, you can get paid on it. In addition, we have home security, home phones, internet, cable TV, fiber video, wireless solutions, satellite TV, and ID Guard, which is identity theft protection. Now, we all use this stuff, guys, but here's what was surprising to me. When I first saw this, I was a little turned off because I was thinking, okay, I never heard of 5link security. I never heard of 5links internet. Well, guess what? 5links figured out how to partner with the best. But so I'm sure we've heard of Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, all right, Dish, DirecTV. We've all heard of these companies. All 5links simply allows us to do is to partner with these companies. And guess what? When someone saves money through you with your website, with any one of these services, you now get paid every single month they pay a bill. Now, that's our first division. That's only one division. Our second division is products for your business. This is our commercial division. Now, the main product here is text alerts. Now, we've all probably seen this because guess what? This is a $48 billion industry. Companies such as McDonald's, Subway, Taco Bell, they all participate in this. Even American Idol, you have to text a short code to a number, and guess what? That will allow you to vote for a contestant. This also allows businesses to stay in better touch with you because they understand that people aren't reading their emails anymore. The thing is, if you want to see an example, just text the word 5links to the number 55469. All right. So not only can you empower businesses to have this, but we also have additional products in our commercial division. We have commercial energy, healthcare, commercial satellite TV, payment solutions, which is credit card processing. Imagine getting paid every single time someone swiped a credit card at a business. All right. Or how about business security? The thing is, guys, we all know businesses that are using these services. As a matter of fact, I can't think of any business that can run without electricity or gas or having employees having health care. Or how about, well, there's certain businesses that have TV like my barber, right? But the bottom line is businesses need to process credit cards. They need this stuff. So the thing is, what if you could just put yourself in a position to get paid when a business owner you might happen to come across pays their bill? All right. Now, our third and final division are products for your wellness. Now, guys, this is what's predicted and what is currently taking 5links from a $200 million company to $1 billion company in revenue. Now, here's what's huge. Our company became the only network marketing company that is Obamacare Affordable Care Approved or Affordable Care Approved Act. Oh man, I'm saying that backwards. Affordable Care Act approved network marketing companies in the world. Now, all we simply do is we allow anybody to get health insurance through our portal. We actually help decrease the cost of health insurance. Some estimates show that we're able to save families an average of $300 a month. Now, this actually addresses the call of 44 million uninsured Americans, and it helps them save time and money. But in addition, what makes our wellness division so exciting are those products that you see on the right-hand side. The first being our coffee. This coffee is delicious. It's called Montevita. It's full, it's rich, it's made with the highest coffee bean available out there. But what makes it truly unique is MCT oil and Ramon seeds. MCT oil is a naturally occurring ingredient in coconut oil. It contains and assists with weight loss, appetite suppression, and it helps with the absorption of essential nutrients and all the other bullet points you see there. This stuff is powerful and it's great for you. Now, the thing is, what I had to understand was you know what? I wasn't a big coffee drinker when Five Links introduced this about a year ago. But what I understood was that coffee was the second most traded commodity behind oil in the world and is the second most consumed beverage in the world behind water. So the thing is, if you're trying to look for something that's going to pay you like a business, you want to treat it like a business and not a hobby. Now, what I also love about this company is that it's addressing the fact that the United States is the most obese country in the world. But on top of that, who isn't trying to look great and lose a little bit of weight, right? The thing is, the weight loss industry is a $571 billion industry. So Five Links came up with a three-part system that's helping people drop pounds and to do so in a very healthy way. This company has been researching this stuff for many years. On top of that, if you research the active ingredient in our products, you actually see many Ivy League institutions praising what these products are doing for us. Now, the first thing that we have is called High Five Boost, which helps control hunger, and it gives you that energy boost to complete your workouts and just have energy throughout the day. We also have High Five Lean, which is our delicious nutrient-filled shake with a whole lot of protein and fiber. But what makes this three-part system really come together is High Five Edge. High Five Edge actually has an ingredient in it called niagen. All right, and what niagen is it's a vitamin. It's a vitamin B plus, like a niacin derivative. And what it is it assists with all those bullet points you see there, including anti-aging. It improves cardiovascular health. It increases your performance, and it helps with the protection against neurological diseases. This is not just a bogus claim or an out there claim. If you just Google search Niagen study or Niagen Chromadex, which is the company that we partnered with, you'll see press releases, studies, you'll see all sorts of research that's been done that's shown that this stuff is really powerful. Now, it actually says there at the top that we inked the deal with Chromadex, which was a $62 million agreement with us that covers its Niagen and pure energy ingredients. So powerful, guys. I love it. And not only does it make you look great, but it makes you feel great as well. We also just reintroduced an energy shot. We have an energy shot that also includes Niagen as well as caffeine. So a lot of you guys who want that quick shot of energy, you can do it, but you don't have to have anything harmful like what's out there on the market. I'm sure, and without even naming names, I'm sure if you look at some of the side effects of some of the other energy shots that are out there, you'll see various, all right? But this particular energy shot is good for you, has a touch of caffeine, but it has a lot of great things that won't harm your body in this product. Now, on top of that, guys, guess what? You might be saying to yourself, these are a lot of products. We had, and I'm going to go back for a second, we had, oh my gosh, your home division. You have your commercial division. You have wellness, which includes coffee, your weight loss system, and you have your energy shot. Goodness, Mr. Suber, you have a lot of things going on. It's a lot, but here's the bottom line. Five Links helps you live a better life. And so what I'm going to simply show you guys is how you can get paid from this business, and then it's up to you to make a decision. All right? So the thing is, when we get paid in Five Links, there's two forms of income that we get paid from. The first form of income is leverage. The second form is residual income. Leverage, simply stated, is when you have others whose efforts contribute to your income. So for instance, unless you're the boss at your job, unless you're the CEO, you're not enjoying the leverage aspect. But I bet you your CEO is. Your CEO can be teed off on the golf course, or could be teeing off at the golf course, and you'd be teed off in the cubicle, okay? Because he's making money every time you push a button or you deliver a paper or you make a speech. Now, residual income is simply stated, that's when you do something properly the first time and you get paid continuously from that one-time effort. This is the income of your Steve Harveys. You know, every time he records a show and that show plays a rerun, or every time he sells a book, he gets paid. All right? He did the work one time, but he gets paid repeatedly. Same with Beyonce. Same with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It still airs, even though the last episode was in the late 90s. Every time that show airs, Will Smith gets cut a very nice residual check. The thing is, Five Links allows you to make money like these movie stars, which is why this is nearly a $200 billion annual industry. That being said, in 5 Links, we teach you how to do basically 3 things to help you get started. The first thing is that you're going to get 8 customer points. Don't get caught up in the jargon. All that simply means is save money on your own services. When you're able to help yourself save money on your own services, you'll acquire at least 8 customer points. In fact, I got 11 out of my own household. But every product and service that we have is worth at least 1 customer point. So when you do that on your own and help someone else get started, someone else who just might be interested, maybe you share a presentation like this with them. When they get started, you get a $50 bonus. Mind you, that will barely buy you parking in New York City, all right? But it's a start, and it allows you to understand that this business works. However, do it again. Get a few more customer points, get to 15, and help 1 additional person get started with their minimal customer points. Well, not only are you now getting paid from these services every single month when other people are paying their bills, but because you have 2 distributors on your team, 2 business owners on your team who also liked what you did and liked what they saw, guess what? You now have a $1,200 bonus that's coming to you. So if you're doing the math, 50 plus 1,200 is $1,250. So you might be saying, what's next? Well, that's the leverage aspect, because of course you're now getting paid on the efforts of others, including your own. But what I love about this business and the true reflection of what you've built is what happens on a residual basis, meaning every 15th of the month, what happens? Well, we already know that every 2 weeks, hopefully we're getting a paycheck where we work. I know many of us who are in education, we have to wait a whole month. Well, in 5Links, we actually get paid close to 20 different ways, and our residual check is the most exciting. We receive this check every 15th of the month, in addition to getting paid every single week. We also get our monthly residual check, and that means every single month, based on the performance of you and your team, you're earning a percentage of what people are paying in their bills. So the thing is, let's say you only have 20 individuals on your team, each of which have their own 20 customer points. Let's just say the average commission value is 50 cents. I'm not going to overblow it. Some of our products pay commissions well over $8, some even over $30, $40, and $50 for our commercial services. But let's just lowball it to 50 cents. Well, in this example, you'd be receiving $200 every single month when people are paying their bills. Regardless of who secured the customer, that's what you would receive. Now, that's not going to retire you, obviously, but this business starts to work. You start to see the magic. Well, instead of 20 people on your team, let's just say you have, I don't know, 200. Just add a 0. Well, if you add a 0 there, didn't change anything else, look what else has to increase. You now have $2,000 every single month hitting your bank account. Now, again, this may not drastically change your lifestyle, but I think we can all agree that an extra $2,000 per month is not a bad thing. Now, for many of us, that might change some things around the house. If not, maybe the house, or, maybe some people in the house. And you guys may not get that yet. You'll get that on the way home, okay? But anyway, I'm here all night, right? Anyway, guys, look, the bottom line is, by having 200 people on the team, each doing a few simple things, that can yield some life-changing income. But let's stretch ourselves a little bit more, because even I surpassed these numbers, okay? And I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, but I know what works. And I know if something works, you keep doing it. So if you kept doing this, let's say you now have 2,000 people on your team. Many of us have done this already. What would it mean if you had an extra 20 grand coming into your household every month? Not every year, every month. So we're now talking, okay, you're earning well into the 6 figures every single year. And this is just based on the efforts of others. When others are bringing in their customers, helping their friends and family save money on things like electricity and wireless services, well, guess what? You're not getting a piece of all of that. So the thing is, guys, you might be saying, well, this seems pretty powerful. What does it take to get involved in this? Well, the thing is, guys, this is a business. This is nothing unlike any other business. I don't care what sort of business you're involved in. Prior to 5Links, even though I was a software engineer, on a very part-time basis, I was a photographer. On a very part-time basis, I was an author. And no matter what I did, I always had to make an initial investment. When I went to Hampton University, the school that I love, man, I'm still paying back my loans, which went well into the six figures. All right. I think we all know that if you want something big in life, you're going to have to invest. You'll invest time, and chances are you'll invest money. Well, with 5links, this is very similar to owning a franchise. In fact, they often refer to network marketing as micro franchising. Well, with a traditional franchise like your own McDonald's, you need about $1 million liquid capital to go ahead and purchase your storefront, purchase the supplies, and most importantly, you're purchasing the success system that all McDonald's run by. And so this is a quick crash course in franchising if you never looked into it. If you've ever looked at a Domino's, a Quiznos, a Subway, a Holiday Inn, if you ever wanted to buy a franchise, what you would have to do is you would have to put up a franchise fee. You'd have to go to some sort of learning school that franchise puts on. So for instance, McDonald's has something called Hamburger University. Believe it or not, all franchisees go to Hamburger University to learn how to run a McDonald's. Now, when they run a McDonald's, they actually hire 16, 17, and 18-year-olds to run the McDonald's. The reason why many kids who are still in high school don't even have their diploma yet, all right, who still have earrings in their noses and ears, the reason why they're able to run a McDonald's is not because they're necessarily smart, okay? But it's because that they're now a part of a successful system. And all 5links is a successful system. So when you invest money, you're investing your money with the respect that you have people like myself and people who know way more than me who are training you to run your own business. That being said, the investment at the recommended position is $249. Now, you might see the customer rep level. Notice that the yeses don't go all the way down to the bottom. That's why I typically don't focus on that side. But as an independent marketing rep, you get to profit on all the work, even if you don't personally do it. As a customer rep, you only profit on what you do. Now, if you know anything about anybody who's ever become wealthy, you'll understand that they didn't do it on their own. They built a team. They found a way to have their money work for them even while they sleep. If you want a quick crash course in that, read the book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about the fact that while the rich and wealthy are looking for networks and systems, everybody else is just looking for work. As a matter of fact, Robert Kiyosaki spoke at our most recent, or one of our recent international events about a year ago in Miami, Florida. All right. So that being said, here is more income potential. We didn't even talk about how else you can earn income. In this business, you can actually earn something called team bonuses. All that simply means is that even once you've hit your first bonus, you're not done. You're now earning residual income, which starts very small. But as your residual income builds, you can now earn income right out the gate. Just by having two partners on your team, you're not eligible to earn up to $2,000 per month on a part-time basis. As an executive director, you're only helping two other people do what you just did. All right. That's up to $8,000 per month. As a national director, a position I was blessed to have hit within 9 months of being in this business. Mind you, it was hard work, but having the potential to earn $15,000 a month within 9 months, my corporate America job never afforded me that sort of opportunity. And as a senior vice president, forget it, a position I'm gearing to hit very, very soon, you can earn up to $50,000 per month, and that's just in team bonuses. So we've had senior vice presidents who've done well over $100,000 in a single 30-day time frame. So the thing is, as a senior vice president, you might be saying, well, what's the significance of that? Let me show you. If you know anything about 5links, you know that we believe in trinkets. We believe in showing people a token of our appreciation. And one of those tokens is a BMW. Now, the beauty about it is that you could pick your own BMW. The company doesn't have to pick a certain size or class for you. Pick the one that you want. The only catch is the car must be silver and it must be custom. So if you get a blue one, doesn't work. You have to pay the car note. But as long as it's silver, 5links will pick up to an $800 per month car note for your BMW. On top of that, you get 5,000 stock options. Mind you, this isn't an Inc. 500 company that's slated to hit $1 billion in the next 5 years. So if you're thinking, well, what could it go public? What could be the opening price share? If you're trying to figure out what a stock option is and what stocks are, here's a quick crash course. Google, before Google went public, Google could not afford to pay its employees, so they paid many of their employees in stock options. Everybody from the janitor to the CEO received stock options for pretty much volunteering their time. But those people stuck with the company because they saw the vision. And those people who stayed with the companies, they became instant millionaires and billionaires when the company went public because they held stock options. All right. Well, in 5links, as soon as you hit the position of senior vice president, they give you 5,000 stock option shares. So if you want to see what 5links is going to do when it becomes public, get to senior vice president and find out. On top of that, you get a global links bonus every time a wireless product is sold in your team. You also get an annual vacation, trip for two to a beautiful destination. This company actually took all the senior vice presidents on a Mediterranean cruise around Italy, Spain, and France to commemorate its 10-year anniversary 4 years ago. On top of that, you also get an expense account, up to $1,500 a month to build your business. As a platinum, there were so many people hitting senior vice president. We now have about 250 in the company. As a platinum, because so many people were doing amazing things there, they said, okay, get to the next position, platinum. As a platinum, you don't even see the car notes. They take care of your entire Bentley car note and they give you the car. As a matter of fact, when it's paid off, you get the title. All right. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering, this is a $300,000 vehicle. All right. We literally call this a house on wheels. On top of that, you get 5,000 additional stock option shares. You're now at 10. You are also privy to the platinum bonus pool. This is nothing different than profit sharing. Now, I never knew what profit sharing is. Don't feel ashamed if you don't know what it is. Unless you're a vice president at your job, you don't know what profit sharing is because chances are you don't get it. Now, I know where I used to work at one of the world's largest computer companies, maybe the top 30 people in the entire company got profit sharing. That meant that no matter how well the company did in the year, only those top people got to share in the wealth of the company. Now, I would get like little bonuses of like $500, a little Timex watch, but nothing crazy. But as a true senior vice president, this is what you get, or as a platinum in our company. Now, every year, they take a portion of the company's profits, and at the end of the year, they split it amongst all the senior leadership. If you were platinum in 2014, that would have meant last month, or that would have meant in January, you would have split a $2 million check with just a few other individuals. So how would you like a 6-figure check as a bonus just to pay off your holiday bills? Some of you guys are thinking, I wouldn't mind a 6-figure check for the year. Everybody at this position got this just as a bonus. So you can imagine the figures that they're earning every single year. On top of that, everybody at this position also gets a world vacation on an annual basis. Last year, they took all the platinum senior vice presidents on an Eastern Mediterranean cruise around Greece and Turkey. And this coming year, later on this year, they're taking all the senior vice presidents, all expense paid, leave your wallet at home. The company even takes care of tips. They take them all on a 9-day excursion over to Dubai. Okay. On top of that, all the fellas get a Super Bowl style ring. All the ladies get a pendant. And if you don't want a pendant, you still get the ring. Now, here's what I want all of you guys to do. I want you guys to have a vision. This was actually this past January in Tampa, Florida. I actually took this picture. Okay. I was right there front and center. Next year, I plan to be on that stage. Here's the bottom line, guys. All right. The thing is, if you really see the vision of what we're talking about, there's no difference between those individuals on that stage and you and I. Many of these people are my dear and very close friends. Even the people who run the company now, about 15 years ago, they were distributors. All right. They were people who were looking for an opportunity. And now they're blessing all of us with the same opportunity. There are people on that stage. Matter of fact, the top income earner in our company currently, next year, I think it'll be me, but currently the top earner is actually was a school teacher by trade. She's taught 7th grade and she used to be a real estate agent just to try to make some extra money. All right. The second top earner is actually an immigrant from Africa. All right. The third top earner was a club promoter. He went to my school's rival, which is Howard University in DC. I went to Hampton. All right. So we joke about that a lot. You have people who come from all different backgrounds, but the difference is that if you work hard and you pursue your goal and you stick to it until the end, you could achieve this position. Now, here's the thing, guys. It's not even the top position anymore. It used to be. But now there's about 30 platinums in the company. So the company had to open up another position. Why? Well, because representatives come first. They want to continue to find ways to reward people who are pushing. So now the company created a diamond position. At this position, you get a $300,000 bonus just for hitting the position, and you also get $10,000 per month in addition to what you're already earning, and that happens for life. Okay? So the thing is, guys, you might be saying to yourself, okay, well, if I do this, what kind of support will I have? Can I really do this? Are you sure? Here's the beauty about it. We have unlimited training and support. We have local, regional, and international training events. As a matter of fact, if you go on my personal Facebook page, Ricardo Suber, RICARDO SUBER, you'll see an album that I just put up from our most recent regional event in New York City. We also have weekly local events. We also have international events which take place 3 times a year. On top of that, you have your own personal website, which acts as your storefront. You don't have to be the expert. All you simply need to do is share a link with someone. If they like it, they get it, you get paid, okay? On top of that, you also are privy to 5 Links University. So someone could learn this business literally at 4 in the morning, which is what I did in the beginning. When I first launched this business, I did my university at different times of the night. That's the times I can usually think the best. But the thing is, guys, you have unlimited training and support, and you also have business reporting, all right, where basically you get to monitor the status of your business. On top of this, whichever team you join, whoever introduced this webinar to you, that person, all right, will be your sponsor, and they will show you exactly what they've done. And even if they're brand new, well, guess what? They're on a team, and someone in their upline is someone who has a lot of knowledge, and they will be training you and showing you every step of the way of how you build your business. That being said, this is just an example of the support that we have. This is one of my great friends and mentors, Larod Smalls. I did not know him prior to 5 Links. He was actually my upline's upline, all right, just as an example. I would have never met this gentleman if it weren't for this business. He was already a millionaire prior to 5 Links. And so when this was introduced to him, he initially thought it was beneath him. But the only reason why he took a close look was because the person who introduced it to him was his very good friend and was the #1 franchisee of IHOP worldwide. All right. You know, IHOP, International House of Pancakes, come hungry, leave happy, right? That was this guy's best friend. And he introduced 5 Links to this gentleman because he said, you know what? This is something that we can truly use to free our families. And so that's why this gentleman got started. And because of him, so many of us got started. And he's continuously pouring back into our team, teaching us everything that he knows, which is why I'm very humbled every time he tells him that he sees me following in his footsteps. All right. He's just a stone throw away. He already has his Bentley picked out. And so the bottom line is, guys, if you want to be a part of a business, not just a regular business, anybody can launch a business. But what about a business that gives you this sort of support, where you have people who are literally pouring their all into you to make sure that you're successful? And the only way that you can possibly fail is if you quit or if you never start in the first place. That being said, it's only 3 types of people who look at this. Now, quickly, first person, you're in. If that's you, congratulations. I'm going to show you how to get started in a moment. If that is you, get back to the person immediately who introduced this business to you. Send them a message, text them, or call them. Let them know you're in. Give them your start date. If it's tonight, let's get you rocking and rolling. Person number 2 says, you know what? I got questions. If you have questions, I have answers. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to give out a phone number. If you want to stick around and get your questions answered, I will answer your questions live. Okay. All right. Person number 3, this is not for you. If this is not for you, at least thank the person enough who, or think enough of the person who saw the diamond in you and thank them for inviting you. If this is not for you, at least consider becoming a customer, because guess what? We all use these products and services, and by you using these services and paying your bills, that person will benefit from you becoming their customer. But if this is not for you, let's make sure it's not for one of these 4 reasons. I've only seen 4 reasons why people don't do this business. First reason, they didn't understand it. Let that be the least of your worries. You probably are working with people who still don't know what they're doing, yet they're still getting paid. So this is a learn while you earn business. In the beginning, you're not going to really understand it, but as long as you can understand the concept of you sharing a product or service with someone and they get on the service and you get paid every month that they pay that bill, if you understand that, that's enough. Get started. Person number two who doesn't get started, they normally say, well, you know what? I understand it. I just don't think I can do it. All right? I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I have the smarts. Okay? And matter of fact, I don't believe it. All I simply say is, guess what? Do your research. As a matter of fact, I have a great section on my website, which is at getofftheratwheel.com. It's at the top of the screen, very small letters, getofftheratwheel.com. There's a section in there that says documentation, that just says documentation. Feel free to do your research. Plenty has been done already, okay? It's also a blog of mine. I have a blog on 5 Links Research, okay? Person number 3 says, I just don't have enough time. Maybe you're nodding off right now. Bottom line is, if time is an issue, you probably really need this, because I know people personally. There's even people in our business who used to work 60, 80, 100 hours a week, 6 to 7 days a week. All right. And they use this business to retire. One gentleman in particular, he actually drove a bus for the DC metro area. All right. Same hours, over 100 hours a week, barely got to see his wife. His marriage was failing. And when he found this business, it was not easy initially. In fact, I'm sure it was extremely difficult. But because of that decision he made about 9 years ago, he's made multiple millions of dollars. He was actually blessed to have earned multiple awards by Steve Harvey because of his inner city outreach that he's given back to kids who grew up just like he did in the inner city of Washington, D.C. My personal opinion is houses and cars are nice. Money is great. It's great when you get a great bonus check from 5 Links. Trust me, I know. But what I also understand is that there's no greater feeling than giving back. And that's what this is really all about. So with all that being said, guys, the 4th person who doesn't do this, who usually says, you know what, money is an issue. My honest answer to you is, how bad do you want this? Because we all know about situations where we needed the money. Maybe our car broke down. Maybe we had to come up with money for something that we really want, and we come up with it. Yet somehow, many of us don't seem to come up with the money for things that we truly need. If you see this as something as really, honestly, and truly changing your life, don't look left, don't look right. Find a way and simply get started. All right? You want to take action if you really see this as a vehicle to move you and your family forward. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to open up the line. Anybody who wants to dial in and ask a question, there is nothing off base. You can dial this number. It is 712-775-7035. I'm actually going to, can I put it up on the screen? Let me see if I can put it up on the screen. 1 second, guys. The number is 772. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put it up. 772. I'm sorry, 712-775-7035. Let me put it up on the screen. I see we still have some people on who are curious. So in case you have a question, and there's nothing off base, 712-775-7035. And the PIN code is 370176. 370176. Okay? So I'm going to make that real big, and I'm going to share the screen with you guys. So here we go. Let me go ahead and share this. All right, you see me again? Let me see if I could share this screen. And you guys should see it now. Okay, so if you guys have questions, feel free to dial 712-775-7035. All right, 712-775-7035, PIN code 370176. Okay, take a picture of it with your phone. While I'm waiting for the queue to fill up, I'm going to go ahead and just close off with some very quick info. If you are weighing your options, you see this as a potential vehicle for you, what I'm actually going to do is, I have a couple of stories. First off, this couple, 2 of my favorite people. They got started right around the time that I did, I think a little bit before. These two are extremely hardworking. They're also both from New York. And I just remember both of us climbing the ranks. I remember when they were executive trainers. I remember when they were brand new. And I remember just a couple of months ago when the young lady over there, she actually quit her job. She was making great money in corporate America for a high-end luxury line. Well, the two of them today, they actually just received their free BMW from the company. They just hit senior vice president and they celebrated this past January. They're just some wonderful people. And they're just proof that literally anybody can do this business. There's me. I had just walked across the stage. I'm actually in the top 0.5% of customer earners in the company. And again, I'm not the smartest person in the world. If you had heard me do this presentation 3 years ago, you'd be a true believer because I could not present. Yet, dedication, focus, and hard work always wins. That being said, here's David Farrell. Dave was actually the individual who introduced me to this business. I am indebted to this individual because he was persistent and didn't allow the old skeptical Ricardo Suber to thwart him. I really took a look at this business and I launched it, and I am so glad to this gentleman for putting something in place that's literally going to free my family. Okay. Then you also have our corporate staff, the people who support us in the field. This is Tina, one of my favorite people because of her. Whenever I have questions, issues, problems, things happen, but Tina always makes it right. So the thing is, not only do you have a support team such as myself and anybody who actually introduced you to this webinar, but we also are supported by a wonderful corporate staff. Now, Eric Thomas is actually a worldwide phenomenon when it comes to public speaking and motivation. He actually spoke at a most recent international event in Tampa, and he actually said that according to a study, only 1 out of 3 people consider themselves happy. I need you to be the one. And what I actually read, I read that 52% of people, all right, I think this is according to Forbes magazine, 52% of people reported that they are not happy with their jobs. They're just not happy with life. 52%. It's more than half of people. Now, that's way too many people. If you are in a position where you are unhappy, or maybe you're just uneasy, you're not content, maybe you're just looking for something. Now, that's not all of you. I understand that many of us are comfortable, and that's okay. But if you're comfortable, chances are you know some people who are uncomfortable. The thing is, this might be the answer. May not be, but it might be. That being said, this is the team, just some, not all, but this was us in Tampa, and this is all that could fit in the photo, okay? The thing was, and I think, hopefully you can see my arrow. That's me right there. But the thing is, guys, look, we are a team, but we're a family, and we help each other win. That being said, I'm going to get into the quick start. This is a 4-minute overview of what we do in your first 30 days. What we do is we help you understand that in 5 links, all we do is we help you help people save money, and we help you help people make money. When you help people save money, they become your customers. When you help people make money, they become your business partners. It's very simple. When they become your customers, they get some of your products or services. When they become a business partner, you might share a video like this. They get started. Guess what? They're in your business. Okay? Now, when you get started, there is a requirement. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is nothing illegal. What we do is we are based on products and services. If no products or services are acquired, no money moves, period. So when you get started, a recommended way, this is what the top earners do. The top earners suggest getting on all of your own services first. Not only does this help build your income, but why would you market something if you're not personally willing to use it on your own, right? So the thing is, when I got started, I saved money on my home phone bill, my internet, I got identity theft protection. All right, I got a few other services, including my electricity. And not only did I understand how to order the stuff, but I was happy because I was saving money. So the thing is, guys, however you get started, just understand that there is a requirement. You want to get at least 1 product out of the blue box and 1 product out of the, oh my gosh, I can't tell colors. 1 product out of the green box, or out of the green box, and 1 out of the blue box. When you do that, you have your 8 points, you are qualified. Now you can earn commission. So whoever helps you get started, we're going to show you how to do it. Understand we have these 3 divisions. We have a lot of products and services. The great thing is that you don't need to be an expert. What should ring bells to you is the fact that whether you market all of them or just one of them, you can get paid, okay? Here's the thing. As we discussed, get your first business partner. Make sure they come in with their required services. That's $50. One more partner. Just get your own 15 customer points. That's $1,200. And then help 2 other people do what you just did and find one additional person. All right. We'll show you how to do that. If that's done in your first 60 days, you're going to get a $1,250 payout. Plus, you'll get many more bonuses because you're building that correctly. Okay. Mind you, as an executive trainer, as you see at that column on the left, you earn up to $2,000 every single month just in bonuses. As an executive director, up to $8,000 a month. As a national director, up to 15 grand a month. As a senior vice president, you're talking 50 grand per month, and that is just a team bonus. Okay, so what we do is with everybody, we help them make a list. You're going to make a list of everybody that you know, even people that you think are skeptical, even the people that you know would never do this, 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 1-year-olds, babies, people that you haven't seen in 20 years. You're just going to make a list. The bottom line is you're not going to necessarily introduce it to everybody on your list, but it's an exercise. And this is your working capital of the business. Now, the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to meet with your upline sponsor, the person who shared this presentation with you. And then that person's going to help you get started. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to take the time and say thanks to all of you guys. You guys hung on this webinar. We've been on this webinar for a little under an hour. We're going to close on time. But I just wanted to say, guys, I appreciate you for taking the time to tune in. Get back with the person who shared this information with you. All right? Get back with them. Let them know of your interest level. And just be honest, because at the end of the day, 5 links, this is what was explained to me when I first took a look at this. 5 links will become a billion-dollar company with or without you. We would love for it to be with you, but if it's not, God bless you either way. And with all that being said, what I always love to say at the end of all of our presentations is that we will see you on the beaches of the world. And if you don't like the beach, we will see you at the bank. Take care. And if you want more information, simply go to getofftheratwheel.com. Again, this is Ricardo Suber, National Director. God bless, and have yourself a wonderful evening. Take care.